This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's popping? Ladies and gentlemen, we all know what's popping. The New York Knicks just won the NBA Cup. And, you know, this might be a premonition or a warm up for what's to come later on this season. But we won the Cup. We're going to celebrate that right now. I got my man DJ Shuttle in the building. And, yeah, you know, it's a beautiful thing, Shuttle. What's popping with you, bro? We won the Cup tonight over the San Antonio Spurs. Almost a get back from years ago. You know what I'm saying? When we played the Spurs in the NBA championship and lost. Not really a get back, but hey, you know what I'm saying? We got the Cup tonight, baby.
Hey, listen, if you was here in '99, it's a get back. It's something. You know what I mean?
Something.
And you know, to not be so hyped really about the Cup and all that. To see the team get here though, to see all the teams be ultra competitive trying to win it, you know, I gotta respect it. And listen, when you haven't won the big one in so long, you haven't been close to winning the big one in so long, you gotta just cherish where you at, you know,
exactly.
and enjoy the process.
I mean, they was playing hard. The Cup meant something to them. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, as you're going through the season, it's probably kind of like, hey, if we get there, we want to win it. But they were playing hard. There was a playoff atmosphere when you watch them guys play. The way they were hustling for loose balls. Both basketball teams, they were hustling for loose balls. You know, they were playing physical, playing aggressive. You know what I mean? They wanted it. Both teams wanted it. You know, so it wasn't like they were just laissez-faire out there. They were playing tough basketball, both teams.
That's a big fact. And I watched the OKC Spurs games as well, and that was also extremely competitive. The Knicks Magic, very competitive. So I think the players are taking it maybe a bit more seriously than a lot of the NBA fans are.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And the more, you know, Prime picked it up, you know, the more everybody sees, you know, games like this, it's going to become more and more popular, right? You know, I think, I mean, last year it kind of came and went for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This year seemed like there was a little bit more, maybe because the Knicks were in it. I don't know. But this year there was a little bit more oomph to it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because it got picked up by Prime and there was more promotion that way and things like that. But, you know, those guys were playing. Those guys, they was hooping. You know what I mean? And it was an enjoyable game to watch. It was a great game to watch. It was a fun game to watch. You know, because they were playing so hard.
Nah, the commentators they mentioned it like at one point. I think it was late in the third. There was some back and forth. Maybe it was early in the fourth. They mentioned it like it's high level basketball being played right now. And you know, Spurs, you know, like they played really good. Some tough defense, perimeter defense, getting in the hoop, getting to the paint. Wemby made some, you know, he had a run where he made like 3 shots in a row for like 8 points, 10 points. And it was high quality basketball. It wasn't like they got to this point and then it was like anticlimactic type of game. Nah, it lived up to the hype. You got the future of the NBA and Wemby representing France and in the globe perspective. You got the Knicks finally relevant. Again, so I mean, NBA probably couldn't ask for a better matchup and a better game.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt about that. I can't say enough about the Spurs though, man. They got a good basketball team. They play aggressive. You know what I mean? They hustle, they work hard. Every possession of the game, they got options to score the basketball. And they're young. They have a team that's going to be a contender for a lot of years, I think. You know what I mean? Because they just got a lot of good young players that play hard and are learning and growing together. And they seem to have a good young coach. You know what I mean? So, my hats off to the Spurs, for playing. I mean, the Knicks were down 11 points some point in the third quarter. In fourth quarter just took over and dominated the fourth quarter. What do you think about that? The way they dominated the fourth quarter. And what's to say about what we can do, playoff wise?
Man, I think that the Knicks got a little bit of a break. That the Spurs are treading gently with Wemby in his minutes.
That's true.
So I think the Knicks got a little bit of a break there, and I mean I'm not, I ain't mad at it, and I'm not trying to take away from the win, but I'm looking at all the factors, right? So I in real time I was saying that, so man, they really being cautious with Wemby. They probably get him on a minutes count, and it doesn't matter where they are in this game, they're gonna keep him on the minutes count, and I respected that. So I think that had a bit to do with the Knicks being able to come back because when he was in the game, clearly he was a factor on both ends
Mm-hmm.
of the floor, and to play the limited minutes he did, I think I think that has something to do with the Spurs not being able to play better.
Yeah.
But that being said, I gotta say, going into this game, I was looking forward to Bridges like coming out early, asserting himself, and when he was getting exposed by their really really tough perimeter defense and full
Tough.
court press that they were doing and just
Tough.
exposing his handle. I mean, Van Gundy said it, and Wade co-signed it. Like, yo, you put Kolek in the game, you need another ball handler, and Kolek is the X factor that won this game tonight.
No
You
doubt
know,
about that.
Brunson played well. Cat did his thing. OG made some, plays. Clarkson, great off the bench, but the difference in this game was fourth quarter, Kolek, and he essentially iced this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's no doubt about it. In the fourth quarter, when Brunson had the over and back in the fourth quarter, right? Mike Brown immediately brought Kolek into the game, right? And it changed the game because you had that second ball handler out there. Um, and, as long as Kolek can handle the ball, he doesn't have to score. I mean, he's going to hit shots because he hit some shots tonight. 14 points, obviously. You know what I mean? But as long as he can take that pressure off of Brunson, play decent enough defense, there's going to be nights where Mikal Bridges might need to watch out. You know what I mean? Because Kolek is he's playing tough, and his confidence is growing by the game. Mike Brown's confidence in him is growing by the game. You know what I mean? He played 20 minutes tonight, and he played crunch time minutes. You know what I mean? He played minutes that matter. They weren't just all the minutes matter, but they weren't just top of the third. You know what I mean? He played crunch time minutes. You know what I mean? Minutes to win the game, and like you said, he was the X factor. He essentially won that game for the Knicks.
And
You know,
when you're in the playoffs, guys on the bench, this is what has to happen. Like you need a game like this from one of your bench guys that is quote unquote unexpected or above and beyond what you normally get from them. And that's when you win a game that maybe you quote unquote shouldn't have won, or if Brunson and Cat are not doing their big numbers, they got foul trouble, or the defense is really playing them great. Somebody else has to step up. And
Hmm.
if this were a playoff game, this is what you need. So hopefully this is something that can be used, and not only for the regular season, but when the playoffs get here, that you have that confidence. And I mean, I want to cherish the win.
Yeah,
I don't want to
it,
go off the ledge and go too crazy, Sim.
that's what I'm
But
saying. Cherish it because what I was gonna follow it up with is Bridges. Wasn't having the having a few struggles. Okay, understood. It seemed. You know what? Kolick got it going tonight. He's helping. I'm gonna just play my part. You know what I mean? They need me to be on the bench tonight in the fourth. I'm gonna be on the bench tonight in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? And I'm sure he's fine with that. Maybe not in himself with his own play, but team wise, fine with it. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any ill will there at all. And you heard Brunson when he received the trophy. Shout out OG Anunoby, Tyler Kolick, Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? Somebody else, I think he shouted out. I forgot. Oh, Jordan Clarkson. You know what I mean? Who knocked down some big threes there in that fourth quarter. You know what I mean? To get the
and the
Knicks back.
late third, I think it might have been the late third, early fourth.
Yeah.
But those baskets were key because when he hit those, Spurs weren't really missing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So his shots were actually at least allowing the Knicks to keep pace.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody participated somehow, some way tonight. Everybody. I mean, this was a total team win. Everybody just played their role. Whatever that role needed to be tonight, they played their role to win the game. OG Anunoby, leading scorer tonight. 28 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. He played 40 minutes tonight. You know what I mean? Played big all night long. From the beginning of the game to the end of the game, he played big. Right? I think he had 20 points in the first half.
Yep.
Right? End up with 28 points. Karl Anthony Towns has 16 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. You know what I mean? And his defense is getting better. His team defense is getting better. Being in the right spot when he rotates, those type of things. Just going straight up and down. You know what I mean? To defend the rim. He doesn't have super duper leaping ability. So to expect him to get man blocks, maybe is far fetched. But he can be there, hands up, and defend the rim that way. And he's been doing that. And I think Mike Brown is teaching him that. Even Bridges, he maybe had a little trouble with the ball or whatever, but still 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. You know what I mean? And graciously taking the seat for Tyler Kolick. That means something too. Somebody could complain or get upset, slap a chair, do whatever. Saying it brings down the morale or chemistry of the team. You know what I mean? He stood up and he's cheering on the team anyway. Right? Clarkson, 15 points tonight. Big shots when the Knicks needed it. Mitchell Robinson, 4 points, 15 rebounds in 18 minutes.
Yeesh.
You
10
know what I mean?
offensive,
10 offensive. And
2
then
blocks.
2 blocks. Right? Everybody playing their part. And then Tyler Kolick, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, Brunson is going to do what he does. OG, but like you were saying earlier, if it wasn't for Kolick, the Knicks might not win this game. He's the player of the game for the Knicks for me tonight. You know what I'm saying? His minutes were mad meaningful. You know what I mean? 5 for 9 from the field, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. Got to be his best game as a Knick so far. Best game of his
5
career.
5 assists, only 1 turnover.
1 turnover.
And most importantly, as great as everything was on offense, and as much as it was needed, he wasn't a liability on defense,
Right.
which is what has been the kind of like, we can't really play him because Brunson's a liability. Can we go from one liability to another liability? And you already got Deuce playing in front of him with Clarkson, with Shamit. There
Mm-hmm.
really hasn't been any minutes anyway.
Yeah.
So, I gotta say, Sim, I kind of want to just enjoy the win, but I've been saying this more and more. It's like as great as Deuce has been this year, and while I don't necessarily want to advocate trading him, a game like this makes Deuce a little bit more expendable right now.
Mm. Mm.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Because the team needs a big for the playoff run. The
That's
team needs
true.
a big. The
That's
team
true.
needs a big.
That's true.
So
I
if
just
if it costs Deuce to get a big, and
I
you can
don't
sign another point guard, and you can have Kodak as your backup.
I don't see the Knicks trading Deuce though. I really don't. I mean, obviously for somebody major, you're gonna do it. I don't know. I don't see the Knicks trading him. I don't see them
Hey,
trading him. I mean, it's a good luxury to have.
I'm just saying.
You know.
I won't be shocked.
Mm,
So,
mm.
but I'm happy for the win tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. We celebrate. We gonna celebrate. We're gonna celebrate the win tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna celebrate the win tonight. You know what I mean? Shout
yeah.
out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us. I know everybody's excited. You know what I mean? Definitely hanging it in the rafters. I don't care what any people are gonna try to tease this. I don't care. You hanging in the rafters. You know what I mean? And how much do you think though? And then I'm gonna get to the phone. We got Silk on the line. How much do you think this win prepares the Knicks for the playoffs? For making a playoff run.
You know, all the key players on the Knicks, the starting five, plus Mitch, plus Deuce, are all your top 7 guys in the lineup. Even Shamit was here last year. So 8 of your top guys were all here for a run to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really think this does a whole lot. You got to keep in mind, this is we're in the middle of December. First playoff game's not going to be for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like this is a momentum thing you can carry over into a playoff. You know, but I think that winning it gives some positive boost, positive morale for the team as a whole. It should be great for the camaraderie of the team, the chemistry of the team,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that maybe propels the team to just finish stronger for the season, and maybe instead of just sliding in as a second or a third seed, maybe the team's gonna really go to the next level and finish the season
Yeah.
and get that number 1 seed.
Yeah. I feel like it does teach us a little bit though. I think this allows Mike Brown to learn something about the team on how they respond under pressure. How they respond in these types of atmospheres. You know what I mean? I think it at least gives you something to start to draw on as a coach, and then as a team. Obviously, like you said, most of these guys were together last year, but you add in a few new players. Like you learned tonight, okay, Jordan Clarkson's going to step up. He'll step up. He has the ability to step up, which we've known, but you hadn't always seen it. You know, with this team, right? You're learning how he fits in with this team. Mitch, in his role with this team, can step up in these situations. Learning something about Tyler Kolek, able to step up in these situations. So I think you do learn those type of things. You know what I mean? You're right. It's not momentum that's going to take us from now until May. You know what I mean? But it gives you some intel into the heart and soul of the team. You know what I mean? As you start to head into the playoffs, I think. You know what I mean? So I think there's something that you can take from it.
Well, I think more for the coach than the
Okay.
players.
Yeah, I could take. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no
He's the
doubt.
he's the new guy. You know,
Yeah,
8 of your top 9, 10 guys were here last year. So
right.
you know,
I can definitely agree with that.
yeah. I mean, this team went to the Eastern Conference Finals, so this game in the Cup shouldn't really be making and breaking, how they're gonna feel when the playoffs start. I hope
Yeah.
not. We need to be able to distinguish that compared to getting a big one. This is a small blip on the radar.
Right.
Respectfully, but we're
Nah.
gonna put that banner up though.
Yeah. We're gonna put it up, no doubt. We have a mini parade. we can save the big one. We have a mini parade. Yeah. I got my man Silk on the line. Silk, what's Papa with you, bro? How you feeling?
What up, Tim? What up, DJ Shadow?
Peace.
Man, my man Shadow is messing with me about talking about trading Deuce, yo. I ain't feeling that, yo. I know Kolick is doing his thing, but in the playoffs, we need a defensive guy who could guard these wings, who be killing us on the point of attack. I'm not sure Kolick can do that. And that's why I think they looking at Alvarado as the Kolick replacement. So we have Deuce and Alvarado as the two-headed monster in the playoff on the bench. I'm not sure that I trust Kolick. He doing good, but I don't know if he's gonna be that man in the playoff like that against the Detroit Pistons, against them Orlando Magic.
But listen. I mean, I know those teams are aggressive. Detroit, they're aggressive, but San Antonio, they were playing aggressive defense tonight.
But they're young.
I mean, so are the Pistons.
They're young.
They're young too.
They're aggressive,
Pistons are
but they're
too.
young.
I mean, but what I'm saying is Kolick was able to handle the pressure, though. Is what I'm saying. I think they took it one Stephon Castle or whoever took it once.
My only thing is this, Sam. One thing. My only thing is this. I know the money might look better with Kolick, but the experience of an Alvarado with a Deuce in the playoffs might be more potent than the Kolick and a Deuce in the playoffs. Alvarado shoots 38% from three. So it ain't like he can't shoot.
Mm-hmm.
He scores. He do about his 6, 7 assists a game. So it ain't like he can't get people in position to get points on the board. Plus he's a damn pest on defense along with Deuce. I know they both 6'0", 6'1", but so is Kolick.
So you say some of the funniest stuff, yo. 6'0", 6'1". You say some of the funniest stuff, bro. You do.
What Hart said about my man?
He said he's bad. He said
inch by inch.
Yeah. Yo, boy. Crazy.
So they're not tall guards. I understand they short, but so is Kolick. I like Kolick, but I'm not sure about Kolick in the playoffs, yo. Against physical teams. He's holding his own right now.
I'm just saying
I don't know if he can handle pressure defense.
I get it. They were playing physical. I mean, okay, he lost the ball once to Stephon Castle. So did Brunson lost it too, right? You know what I mean? With the defensive pressure. Bridges lost it too with the defensive pressure. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? They took it. So, I think he did decent tonight against the pressure, against some good pressure defense. And the more he plays, you know what? This is when you're really going to know. When we get down the stretch of the season, those games are going to be like playoff games against some teams. Then depending on where we are in the standings, if we're battling for position, other teams are battling for positions, you know what I'm saying? The pressure is going to pick up. And you'll see how much Kolick can handle it then.
On a real, that's why I wanted OKC. I wanted to see Kolick against the OKC pressure. To see if he can handle the OKC pressure.
I got to tell you, the Spurs just packed up the OKC pressure and sent them home.
That's what I'm saying.
So
but
I don't know what you were watching, but the Spurs pressure looked pretty damn good out there tonight.
That's what I'm saying. They
And
beat the
But the
Spurs.
Spurs,
and
the Spurs pressure
trust me.
packed up OKC because OKC couldn't hit no jump shots. But OKC was still in that game close. It wasn't like no blowout.
Nah, but
The Wemby matchup is what took out OKC. They couldn't match up with Wemby. Wemby didn't do nothing against us tonight because Mitchell was harassing him and got him off his timing tonight. OKC couldn't handle Wemby. And it wasn't the guard play. It was Wemby.
Wemby
they can't handle
played.
Wemby.
Wemby played 24 minutes tonight. The one thing the Knicks I think did well against Wemby was be physical with him, like be really physical with him. You know what I mean? And you're right. They kind of knocked him off his block a little bit, made him uncomfortable sometimes. Throw up some crazy looking shots. He caught a little rhythm in the second half though. In that third quarter, he ended up with 18 points tonight, 6 rebounds. You know what I mean? But I think the Knicks do have some guys that can play physical against them, and that works in their favor.
Right. So basically, OKC had have a Wemby problem. They don't have a guard problem because when Wemby wasn't playing, OKC was smoking them.
Mm-hmm.
But when Wemby came back in the game, they couldn't deal with that crap. So basically, they have a Wemby problem. They don't have nobody on OKC that can deal with Wemby. Point blank. They don't have the size and athleticism that can deal with Wemby.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, I think Tyler Kolek handled the pressure well tonight.
Yeah, I think you're underrating the Spurs.
I like Tyler.
I think you're underrating the Spurs defense. I mean, OKC defense is good, and we definitely got to give them props for their defense. But I mean, the Spurs guard defense, their perimeter defense on ball handlers is excellent. Not just this game, but all season. I mean, like these are like all NBA fighting for those type of role positions that they got out there. If not this year, definitely the next 1-2 seasons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, it's only one game that Kolek did it like this against the team. It's the tournament though. So, like when you think about players and they're coming out parties and what they value and it's games like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely games like this. Like you're not gonna look at this game and be like, oh, it was only against the Spurs and their defense wasn't good and this doesn't mean anything. He doesn't deserve any more minutes or an opportunity. You're not gonna say that.
Right.
Nah, cause San Antonio is good. I ain't gonna be on saying their defense ain't good. Cause Hardwell's nephew is balling.
Stephon Castle. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
It just I don't know if I in the hardcore pressing defense, are you going to trust Alvarado or are you going to trust Kolek? I know the money Kolek is money, but Kolek only got one more year. Then we got to sign Kolek too, so the money gonna be about the same for both of them. So it ain't gonna be like a money thing because Kolek got one more year left on his contract. And then we're gonna have to re-up him. So it's not a money thing. And Alvarado got like an option where he might want to be in the Bronx. He might want to stay here. He might not want to opt out. We got 2 years with Alvarado.
Kolek has 2 more years.
Even with Kolek and Alvarado.
Kolek has 2 more years. Alvarado has 1 more year.
Now he got to opt out. He got an option. I think his next year he got an option where he can opt out or he can just let it run.
Yeah.
But it's who you trust in the playoffs.
Yeah. We'll I guess we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Mike Brown has a lot of time to figure out exactly how much he trusts Kolek. Right now, it seems like he's trusting that brother a lot.
Right, and I know one thing,
and that's good for
my man who I ain't gonna use that 3-letter word for him. He out of here because he ain't play a minute tonight. and they looking for another big. So he done. Yabu is Babu. He
And
done.
just
He outta
just a
here.
heads up.
Maybe.
Just a heads up. So that Kolick option is actually a team option, not a player option.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So did you say
So,
maybe?
so
Do
what?
you know, Leon Rose, when you start talking to me about the Knicks, Grimes, Cam Reddish, Yabu, he gone.
Yeah. So look at
You
this.
don't talk about the Knicks in the media
Look.
about how you ain't feeling, how you feel in your minutes, and you stay here. Those three guys get gone.
Right. So check this,
Leon Rose,
man.
like, I ain't
Check-
hearing that drama. You ain't playing up to your potential. Don't be
Yeah.
going to the media talking about
We'll
us.
see. You know,
gone.
the reason why I say that is because the Knicks are playing well right now, very well, obviously. And for as long as I think if the team is really, really playing well, they may just say, you know what, maybe we just keep things how they are. If we're playing well, and you know what I mean, just not to just mess up chemistry. You know, I'm not saying I don't agree that we don't. There aren't things that
big, Sim.
I get that.
They
I
ain't
understand.
crying about a big. So they crying about a big. What other big we looking to trade?
Listen,
Yabu.
I get that. I understand. But sometimes if you're playing well, you might say, let's just ride this out, see where it goes, and we can make. You know, sometimes you do that just because you don't want to disrupt what's going on, disrupt the energy. You know what I mean? We'll see.
Listen, what disruption? He ain't playing. What disruption?
We'll
He
see.
ain't played
I mean,
tonight.
I mean, but but adding somebody new into the locker room can disrupt your chemistry. Can disrupt what's going on because
he might not get minutes anyway.
Once, even if that person don't get minutes, once you bring in a new personality, things change. They can change for the better. They can change for the worse. They can stay the same. But what I'm saying is things could change when you bring in a new personality. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying they may second guess it. Who knows? You know, they may second guess it. I don't know.
I was a Yabo fan. I wanted Yabo here, but you know, he ain't working out. He ain't coming in shape. He ain't coming in. He coming in that old school mentality where he think he could just play himself into shape. This team ain't like that. The Villanova boys they come in shape from jump. They ain't the old school where you come in overweight and you playing yourself into shape. Yeah, and he got that mentality that he think he earned minutes because he got money. Nah, it ain't like that with here.
We got about 2 months before that deadline.
I think Yabu's going.
Okay.
Because they don't like the Knicks and Dolan and Leon don't like you talking to the media about how you ain't happy, how you ain't getting your minutes. They don't like that. The Knicks don't like that. Look at the players that went to the media and talk about their playing time and shots. Grimes, Cam Reddish was gone as soon as they started doing that.
Yeah.
Obi too.
Yeah. So as soon as they started doing that, they were gone.
I feel you. Let me ask you, Silk, before you go, what do you take of this headline that's on NBA.com? Knicks win the Emirates Cup, NBA Cup, take their first trophy since 1973.
I don't care about that. And they try to make a big deal about them hanging up a banner. The NBA is making everybody who win the cup hang up a banner. I mean, and they don't tell you where you got to hang up the banner at, but they making you hang up a banner.
Well,
so I ain't care about that.
I mean, if they don't make you hang up the banner and the team decides not to hang up the banner, then it's gonna make it'll make it look like it's not worth anything. So of course they want everybody to hang up the banner.
Right. They can hang up the banner at the practice facility. It don't matter where they hang up the banner.
Hang that joint up in the garden, man. Freak that.
Hang up in the practice facility, not in the garden.
Why?
Hang up.
Why? We won it.
Huh?
We won it.
It don't matter where we hang it up. The NBA is making us hang it up. It don't matter where we hang it up. I ain't gonna hang it up next to Patrick Ewing's banner. I ain't hanging up next to Patrick Ewing I'm not doing that. But I'll hang it up.
Why not though? Why not?
Hang it up.
Why not? Why can't you create your own your own area for the NBA Cup?
I can't hang it up next to Clyde. I can't hang up the NBA Cup next to Clyde banner. I can't do that, Jim. I can't.
It don't have to be next to. It don't have to be. It don't have to be next to the NBA championship banner. It can have its own section.
In the practice facility.
In the practice facility?
Yeah. When we practice, hang up that banner. We looking at it. We won. We making the accomplishment in the midseason, but we going for the big chip. But we see that accomplishment that we did in the regular season. The top teams who were trying to get that cup, we every time we practice, we see that banner. But I ain't gotta hang it up next to the champions.
That's what I'm saying. You created your own section in the garden for the banner. I'm hanging it up in the garden.
All right. We choose to disagree.
All right.
I'm hanging it for I'm hanging it where it can be motivation, but I ain't hanging up next to the champions. I'm not doing that.
I'm hanging that bad boy up in the garden, and I'm gonna have the cup on display in the garden too.
Because like I said, Spurs are a good team. The Spurs are going to be the competition for OKC for the next 4 years. Everybody kept saying OKC ain't got no competition. San Antonio Spurs young boy is going to be their competition.
Yeah.
Point blank.
So I appreciate you, man.
I'm done. I'm out. I'm going.
All right, man.
My boy, Sam, DJ Shadow. Don't be trying to take my boy Deuce. I got love for you, brother. Don't be trying to take my boy Deuce.
Yeah. All right.
Later,
all right,
y'all.
Peace. That was Silk, ladies and gentlemen. Shuttle.
Yes, sir.
The banner. I mean, I'm hanging it in the garden. What about you?
Hey, listen. I mean, if I'm gonna hang it, I'm gonna hang it in the garden. I'm not gonna hang it in the practice facility.
Yeah.
I'll not hang it before I do that.
Right.
Like, I mean, if I got it, I'm gonna hang it up. I mean, to your point, you're not gonna have, the championships and then have it right next to the championship one. Like the championship ones might be on the left wing. You put this one on the right wing.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of this ain't the full blown. This ain't the what do you call the luxury deluxe room, for the parents. This is gonna you put it in the little kid side of the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You create this own
put it over there.
Yeah.
Get some more banners. And I mean, like we got too many, like it ain't no room to put it somewhere.
For real.
You know what I mean? Like we got room to put it in there.
We got room to put it somewhere.
Yeah, let's find a spot. You know what I mean? You come in, you see another banner, something new. The fans get excited. They probably come in, take pictures of it, and all that too when they come to the garden.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, Parrish Duggar, thank you for the super chat. He said, "Man, forget the cup, forget the banner. When you're from the hood and you play a game for $500,000 a man, that's the most blood and guts there is. This mattered. Yeah, $500K. The Knicks already had $200K per man in the bag. Another $300K. So." What's that? Every player is going to get $500K.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I mean,
for guys like Kolick, that means a lot.
Hey, listen, Mohamed Diawara is on 1.272 salary this year.
Yeah,
her 40 is just under $2 million. Kolick only 2.191.
Yeah.
I mean, even vets like Clarkson and Shamet, they're both at right under 2.3 million.
Yeah.
So I mean, for all of them guys, this is real money.
It's money. It's real money.
This is real money. This ain't no extra money. This is money.
Yeah, that's money. That's money. And Mr. Doug, again, thank you. He said, "Hey, how many teams never won the championship?" ESPN ? Where's theirs ? I mean, yeah. I mean, for sure, a lot of teams never won, but the Knicks shouldn't be. The Knicks won 2. We need more. We should be one of the teams like the Lakers, like Boston, that got, a number of them. You know, it's time to change that
17.
fortune. Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying it got to be 17, but I mean, you know, that's nuts. But you know what I mean?
5, 6.
5, 6, somewhere around there, something like that. See, we got another caller. Caller, you live. Name me where you from.
Peace and blessings. I'm from New York City,
What's your name?
Sarnetta.
Sinetta. What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah, man. I want to say first of all, brother, I watch you brothers that document this Knicks thing all the time, brother. I watch y'all more than I watch Stephen A. Smith because he's really not a diehard Knicks fan like most of us are. You know what I'm saying? Even when they losing, we feel bad and we still love our Knicks. But this whole thing, this NBA Cup is a big thing, and it's going to get even bigger. See, remember, this just started out. Kolek played his butt off tonight, just like he did with Orlando. He's getting better and better, and we need that young meat. We need that fresh blood that can run up and down the court. We just got to keep giving him a chance. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep giving him a chance. And remember, all the NBA tried to get into the Cup Finals. They all tried to get into it. But what happened? They was getting knocked out. So it ain't like this wasn't no big thing. All the NBA players was sitting at home watching the Knicks and the Spurs, bro. They were watching the Knicks and the Spurs. And you know, Giannis is sitting there like, wow, all we need is one more piece to take us over the hump. And Giannis is like, man, I'm telling you right now, Giannis is like, yo, I'm signing with the Knicks now. I'm going to New York. You know what I'm saying, brother? So that's all we need right now is Giannis. And we don't need to give up OG Anunoby. Keep your call. If you got to give up Cat, I'm good with that. But do not give up OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges. And, I mean, if we got to give up Deuce, we got to lose Deuce if we got to. But you got to keep that call to win the NBA chip. That's all I'm saying. Hang that banner up. I'm proud of my Knicks. I've been a Knicks fan for over 40-plus years. I'm 62 years old. And, man, this was an excellent win for me, man. If only you see me in my house, brother. I'm sitting there with my fist closed tight like, yo, y'all got to do this. You got to do this, man. So this was a big game, and it gives all of the players a little taste of the next level, bro. To give them a little taste of the next level. So this was excellent for them to see what it's going to be like when you win that chip.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, brothers. Thank y'all.
I feel you.
I'm going to keep watching. Peace and blessings to y'all, man.
Sinetta, peace to you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace.
Love the passion.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Hey, when I hear and I see guys that are older than me and that are fans for more years than me, that gives me hope. That makes me feel good. And salute to all of the OG fans. I'm talking about like fans that's from the 70s. You know what I mean? You know, I come from the Michael Ray Richardson, Ray Williams era. That's when I became a Knicks fan. You know, before my favorite Knick, Bernard King, came to the team. You know, so yeah, shout to Sonetta, man, and the passion, man. And you know, they telling me easy on the Deuce trade. I'm like, how you talking about the core of the team, but you talking about trade Cat like he ain't the core of the team? I mean,
definitely. Were you concerned when you concerned when Cat had a little bit of a
he was
calf
holding
injury?
the
He
leg.
was holding it.
He was holding the leg. I was like, yo, there's been so many ACL injuries. I'm in fantasy football. I done lost 3 players to ACLs. Yo, like, I can't even take it. So all I was thinking was like, please don't let that be an ACL.
Right.
And but so I kind of was watching. I don't know if I lost focus. Then I just looked up and he was out there, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But you know, hopefully it wasn't just adrenaline, and hopefully he's really okay, and it's nothing too serious.
Yeah. I was surprised. I thought he was done for the night.
Because he did sit for a while.
He sat for a while. I thought he was done for the night, and I was okay with that. You know what I mean?
And number one, Mitch Killer, gotta say, during that time, Mitch stepped up. I mean, he didn't just play regular Mitch. He was playoff Mitch during that time when Cat was out. He absolutely stepped up. He made some good defensive pressures on Wemby on some of his shots, which Wemby missed. He got some great rebounds, and overall was playing some solid defense. So, yeah, man, if we could just get that like more frequently, I mean, that's my only disappointment with Mitch at this point. I just need more of it. But
yeah, Walter White, thank you for the super chat. He said, "Am I wrong, or was we losing the game until Mitch started getting the second chance points? Huck came in with energy, and Mitch said, 'Hold my beer.' 10 offensive rebounds. I mean, everybody played their role. You know what I mean? Jordan Clarkson hit some big shots. You know what I mean? The Knicks dominated the glass for the most part, especially in the second half. But 67 rebounds by the Knicks tonight, 56 for the Spurs.
That time he's referring to, though, is the time when Towns was out.
When Towns was out. And that was a concern.
Mitch got some key offensive boards, made some solid defensive plays. Clarkson made a couple of baskets as well.
Yeah.
All that happened during that same time period. So absolutely.
And I was a little concerned when Cat came back in about the rebounding and defense, because I thought we was in a nice, we were in a nice groove. You know what I mean? Had some good things going on out there, and he brought Cat back. I was a little bit nervous, but
I gotta say, this is a time to give Mike Brown some kudos, because he didn't. One of the things that people said a lot about Tibbs is that he kind of just had a structure, and you played this minute, okay, it's your time, then you come out, and he really wasn't like on the fly adjust the minutes and the rotations. And I think partly due to maybe Cat's injury and Deuce's injury, but in the game today, I think that he just trusted his instincts with player rotation, and Kolek stayed in longer because he was playing well. He put Cat, when he brought Cat back in, he put Cat in with Mitch, something that I didn't necessarily think we would see much of in this game, but he did do it. So, I gotta say, because I got admittedly wasn't thrilled with the Mike Brown hire. I gotta just keep it tall. And I felt like a lot of the season has been reminiscent of what things I've seen Tibbs do. But on a night like tonight, Mike Brown earned his money.
Yeah, no doubt. Paris Duggar, again, thank you for the super chat. He said them teams got ping pong balls, Spurs, Lakers, Boston. I don't know I'm not sure what he's referring to there. I guess with the championship wins, they got some ping pong. They got some draft picks. But they also did some things to put together some teams too. So, anyway, it's our turn. Let me just say that it's our turn. It's our turn. It's our turn to be one of those teams. Got my man Corey from Rochester on the line. Corey, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
Yo, what up, Sam? What's going on, DJ Shuttle?
Chilling, man. Feeling good. I mean, we just won the NBA Cup. We taking a step. Taking a step forward.
I know. It felt like we got a revenge championship for when Duncan used to play for the Spurs, and of course David Robinson. But it seemed like we returned the favor for what they did to us in that 1999 NBA final.
Yeah, a little bit. We got a little jab back.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I knew the game was not going to get well out of hand, because even though I couldn't see the game first, but when I was watching that score, I said, watch that score start shutting the Spurs fans up. When I saw the score was tied at 94, but then when the Knicks got the lead 97-94, I said, There it is. I said Knicks ain't about to lose it now.
Yeah. Once they captured that lead, that was it. They wasn't giving it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they wasn't giving
Oh
it up.
no.
You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just happy that they was able to flex their muscle a little bit and take over the game in the fourth,
Word.
end of the third, fourth.
But yeah. But you know, I gotta give Spurs credit. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna lie, because these NBA Cup tournaments, man, they've been off the chain.
Yeah.
They've been off the chain. It remind you of the playoffs coming up this season. You know, because the game slows down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can hardly, you know, run away or roll teams out like they want to, like they do in the regular season.
Right.
But you know, Knicks have really came up with inches of ways to try to show where they at. And who don't think this don't mean nothing? Shoot, I do. Now I feel better about it because the NBA Cup championship is not guaranteed. I mean, this is something you got to earn for real, like if this was a real championship.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to go out there and earn it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's what they did. They went out there and they earned it. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, if you earn something, you take pride in it.
No doubt.
Earn it, you take pride
Yo,
in
DJ
it.
Shuttle, how do you feel about the way they kind of, you know, fought in that fourth quarter?
How they did what in the fourth quarter?
How do you feel how the way they, you know, they kind of fought back and just outscored, like they about to steal it from the Spurs and make sure they don't deserve it. That's what I mean.
No, I mean it was absolutely impressive. Again, I just mentioned it right before you jumped on. Kudos to Mike Brown, giving the extended minutes to Kolick, for sitting Bridges, for putting Cat in the lineup with Mitch, seeing that they had a size advantage that they could benefit from. And I mean, kudos to the whole team. Like there was a cohesiveness, there was a togetherness, it was a fight, you know, that honestly I'd love to see every night, you know, but it goes to show these players do care about this tournament. They did want to win it. And that's what I like about having a guy like Bridges and a guy like Brunson, a guy like Hart. Like these are just quality guys. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna set a tone that's gonna resonate to the rest of the team. And that's why certain players can't be here. And you have to be very selective of who you bring into this locker room because these guys are setting a certain kind of tone where they want to win every possession, they want to win every game. And yeah, it's the fourth quarter. We want to win this tournament. And they fought hard. And the Spurs, they didn't give it up. It wasn't like, you know, they played sloppy or, you know, they made a bunch of turnovers. They stopped making shots. The Knicks really took the game. And hopefully it's a sign of more to come the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree with you more, DJ Shuttle. Couldn't agree with you more.
And
because, you know,
that's what we want. You know what I'm saying?
You don't get many opportunities like this every year. You don't.
Right. And what we want is be able to take, like, so, you know, take from this and use it as a tool, you know, use it as a learning experience as we go into the playoffs and as a way to build towards the championship, man. Right now, you know, we just won the cup. We're in second place in the Eastern Conference. You know, they're on like a 4-game win streak. We're on a 5-game win streak, but you know what I mean, we're primed, ready to make a move on that spot and you know, take our rightful position where we should be in the Eastern Conference.
No doubt.
You
know, but still a long ways to go. But what they always say they're gonna do is take it one game at a time. One game at a time. One win at a time.
That's it.
Corey. You can't do it no better way than that.
No doubt. Corey, I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, you know I'm always there, man. You know when I can.
No doubt. All right, peace, man.
DJ Shuttle, happy holidays to you too, bro. Both of y'all.
Peace.
Peace. Shout to Rochester.
Turn warfare in the chats. I ain't been in this chat in a long time. And as soon as I come back, this dude's in here bugging out talking about trade Brunson for Holiday. Yeah, that's what it is. That you already know how people are, man.
Brunson ain't going nowhere, kid.
Brunson ain't going nowhere. Nowhere.
That's the head of the snake.
Yeah, Brunson ain't going nowhere. He's a mainstay here now. And there's no doubt about that. Ain't no way Brunson's going anywhere.
Yeah, whoever's saying that, you gotta rethink about it. You gotta rethink it. Rethink everything you're doing in your life right now.
You know what I'm saying? Something, because it's no way Brunson's going anywhere ever. You know what I mean? Paris Duggar, again, thank you for the super chat. He said teams play rugby against us and then get hurt and tired. I think that was a thing for San Antonio coming into the game, because they heard a lot of commentators and stuff talking about how can they handle the Knicks' physicality. And I think for a good portion of the game, they really tried to be the more physical team. But in the end, it was hard for them to just keep up. They do have some guys that can play physical. You know what I mean? But obviously the Knicks got guys that can play physical too. And they try to keep it up, but it just wasn't enough, obviously.
I think the majority of the league is so soft that those teams they play against, they appear to be so much more aggressive than them. But the Knicks have the good fortune of having played the Magic just a couple of days ago, and in only a couple of days really before that too.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the Magic are definitely tougher than the Spurs.
Yeah.
So it's like basically they got prepared for the Spurs without even.
Yeah.
So it's they were prepared for that based on that, and that's what you get. Also, too, I said it on Knicks and Bruises with Tony. I mean, it's like, you got Hart, you got Brunson, you got OG, you got Cat, you got Mitch. Like, you got stone cold veterans in the league right now. You supposed to treat these guys like, like I was a teenager, 16 years old, playing with the grown men that were 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It should be like that when you playing against these boys.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting, looking for the Knicks to lean on them a little bit more like that earlier in the game, and kind of put their grown man on them. But kudos to the Spurs. I mean, they were tough, they were physical, and you got to respect it.
Yeah, no doubt. My last call of the night. Oh man, name and where you're from, please.
Hey, my name is JR. Originally from the Bronx, but I'm calling from the Sunshine State. I'm from Florida right now.
All right. What's going on, man? How you feeling tonight? Got to be feeling good.
Tim, all this technical talk, all the X's and O's, all that. Tonight, Sid, I'm 30. I'm about to be 37 years old. I love this team like you couldn't imagine. Like the same way we love this team.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up watching Marbury. We've seen so many. We've been through so much. To see the Knicks hold up a trophy today, man, I have nothing negative to say. I'm only appreciative. I know this ain't the chip. I know this is not the chip. You can't win the chip until June gets here, so we can't win the chip yet. But every team tried to win this.
Right.
In the NBA, in the best basketball league in the world, the top 1%, the creme de la creme, everybody wanted this, not just for the bread, but just for the respect. Now, this is Sam, all the hours that you have in this, everything that we cover, we won something that no one can take that from us. The New York Knicks, we lost real ones out the way that never got to see the Knicks hold up a trophy. People lived and died waiting to see the Knicks win a trophy. We saw one. We witnessed one. We experienced this. This is ours. We deserve this. And we're going to take the whole thing, Sam.
Okay.
Let them sleep on us, Sam.
Okay.
Let them sleep on us. Let them sleep. Let them sleep. In the playoffs, we'll see who shows up. We'll see who shows up.
That's what's it.
That's it.
That's it,
Peace
baby.
and love, Sim.
No
Peace
doubt.
and love, Sim.
Appreciate you, JR. Appreciate it.
Yo,
yeah.
Sim.
Peace. That's the way to end the
shout
night,
to
baby.
JR from the BX.
There we go.
That's a way to wrap up the show.
That's the way to wrap it up.
That's a way to wrap up the show. Because even if you would have wanted to do another call, I've been like, nah, you know what, Sim? That was great energy. We don't need no other energy after a call like that.
Word up. Word up. Only other person that could have did it would have been Jay Boogie. He could have closed it out with that energy.
Jay Boogie's a closer. He's a closer.
He would have closed it out. But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time, man. Enjoy this one. We're definitely gonna do a Losers Lounge tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So join us for that. You know, and yeah, just enjoy it. Go to work happy tomorrow. Or whatever you gotta do tomorrow.
And while you're feeling good, DJ Shuttle birthday celebration, Knicks watch party, January 7th. We're going to stomp out the Clippers, okay? We have Ben's Crab and Valley Stream at DJ Shuttle NYC. I'm going to post it tomorrow with all the details and information. No cover to get in. Good food, good drink prices, good bottle prices. DJ Shuttle birthday bash, Knicks Clippers watch party, January 7th.
January 7th.
I hope to see my family, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Long Island. I hope to see y'all in the building.
No doubt.
Sim, I know you're a couple hundred away, so I get it. Don't worry, no pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we gonna hold it down. Watch party.
No doubt. I heard that, right? As soon as you get that information, send it over so we can post it, so we can put it out there.
Yeah, I got you. I'll hit you with it tomorrow.
No doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. Peace.
This NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.